Before we jump into Sengoku Basara 3 on the PlayStation 3, we have to tackle one of the two PSP titles first. Sengoku Basara Battle Heroes. This game is a PSP exclusive developed by Access Games and released by Capcom in 2009 exclusively in Japan. However, unlike the previous main games of the franchise, talking about these two and not this one, Battle Heroes technically isn't a Musou game. In here, you don't fight hundreds upon hundreds of enemies, you just fight a few that spawn in small groups, one after another. So this is more of an, let's say, arena fighter than anything else. You choose one of these 30 characters, most of which you have to unlock first, and yes, these are all the characters that also appeared in Sengoku Basara 2 Heroes, and start the battle. You start on a certain map and a few minions will appear, defeat those and new minions will appear. Continue until you fight the final boss, which always is one of the main characters. At least one, because sometimes it can be two at the same time, and you may be alone or have a partner fighting alongside you. So again, this is not your typical Musou game, and this makes the game not only unusual for the series, but actually not that fun. But who knows, maybe the game works this way because the PSP itself could not handle the typical Musou aspect of the franchise, and that's why this game works this way instead. However, this makes the game more tedious than it should be, because you often have to run around just to catch that one enemy that is left in the arena, so you can jump to the next group of minions. Sure, that's exactly why all maps have this yellow line around it to downsize the space you can battle in, but it still comes across as tedious. Maybe if the enemies could have spawned faster or something, then the game would be a bit more fun. Of course, as groups, they spawn rather fast, but it would have been better if the minions spawned individually once you defeat an individual minion of the initial spawned group. That would make the game a bit snappier and closer to what a Musou is supposed to be. So here you have various modes, mission and story mode. This is online play, settings and free mode. Story mode is you choosing a character and going through 5 to maybe 6 battles against other main characters. It's just like the previous games, just less in Musou style and more of an arena battle style. Mission mode is more of a story mode than the actual story mode. You choose one of these 3 paths, Date Masaune, Sanada Yukimura or Maeda Keiji. Or you choose the path to like the video and subscribe to the channel, that works too. Each one has 50 missions total you have to clear, and those missions are usually beat all the minions, break a certain amount of chests, or mainly beat the main boss or even bosses. And you better adapt to the controls and the moveset fast, because beating all 150 missions total won't be easy. Throughout this mode, some characters will join your cause and you will be able to choose which one you want to use pre-battle, and that will be necessary because a character will have to sit out for a while depending on how much HP he or she has left from the previous battle. Beat the mission mode with one of these 3 characters and you will unlock the challenge mode. Here you need to go through 5 levels to beat it, each level having 5 battles, and of course each battle being harder than the previous. But at least you get a very good amount of cash if you beat all of them. The cash is used to buy stuff that you usually have to unlock first by beating the story mode once or even multiple times in various difficulties, beating mission mode with one of the 3 characters, etc. You then unlock weapons, armor and costumes. It's similar to what previous games did, so this is nothing new, but always a joy to unlock and then buy these. So you can never say that the game does not have content, because it clearly does. Quite a lot actually. For the PSP, the game actually looks quite good and has zero problems performing. Well, maybe rarely the game slows down, but other than that, actually nothing. Maybe the hit detection on the pendulum blade could have been a bit better, because that thing often hits you when you are nowhere near the swing radius, but I'll let it pass. And no, the mouths still don't move at all, but this will be fixed in the next installments of the franchise. Now, sound continues to be very good, and unlike Sengoku Basara X that had shit sound quality, here that isn't the case. The opening is performed by Epic Boy School, a band from TM Revolution, and the song is called JAP. Funny though, this game was released just a few days after the first episode of the first anime season, and thus this game and the first anime season have the same opening song. Of course, visually it looks different. One thing I had a bit difficulty with are the controls, mainly because of the analog stick. It's too small and too weird for me to use. But not counting that, the controls are quite fine. X is jump, L is defense, square and triangle are attack. By pressing R before pressing square and triangle, then the attack will change, as you can see here, etc. It works actually quite well on the PSP, so there is not much to complain about. I just wish the characters didn't waste much time making unnecessary moves after a combo or something. Sure, this also happens in previous games and also in future games, but here it seems they do these moves for a bit too long, often forcing you to take a hit or two. Ultimately though, Sengoku Basara Battle Heroes isn't a bad game at all. It's just a spin-off of the main franchise, just like Sengoku Basara X is, which is also likely why Battle Heroes is an arena fighter rather than a Musou game. But hey, if this is what you want, then this is the game for you. This isn't the only PSP game of the franchise either, but I will tackle that one at a later date.
あれなんでだろう
勝ち筋がなっちゃいねえまずその構えから叩き直すんだな